Stacey Abrams has finally conceded in the governor's race in Georgia. Abrams had trailed the Republican there, Brian Kemp, by a big margin since election night. But she and her team of lawyers fought on. Just this morning, they were considering a legal challenge that would have sought to order another round of voting on the grounds of alleged voter suppression and fraud. But this afternoon, bowing to reality, apparently, Abrams announced she'd be dropping her legal challenges, and that effectively ended the race. And yet Abrams refused to actually concede. In fact, in her remarks, which are so Orwellian you should go on the internet and watch them, the woman who got fewer votes than her opponent said that, we're quoting now, democracy failed in Georgia. Okay. Well, the Senate race in Florida is still dragging on, though. Hand recounts of some ballots are continuing across the state, but the Democrat in the Senate race, Bill Nelson, doesn't look like he will win. His path to victory is getting very narrow at this point. Craig Patrick is political editor and chief investigator for Fox 13 in Tampa Bay. He's been on every night this week. We're going to miss the recount because we're going to miss having him on, but he joins us tonight. Craig, what is going on?
Well, the hand recount is going to continue until Sunday, but we can tell you that Bill Nelson is surely doomed. And he is doomed in large part because he had placed his hopes and his trust in Broward County, which, as we've seen a time or two, that's kind of like placing your trust and hope in Harry Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. But the irony here is that Bill Nelson thought that Broward County would be dumber and less effective than it actually was, because there were some 30,000 votes that had flown through the machines, not once, but twice, that did not register a vote, mostly Democrats, in Broward County. So Nelson was saying, these machines, Broward, here you go again. But what we found out today is when election workers looked at those ballots by hand, they discovered that the scanners didn't register votes because most of the voters, around 98%, left that race blank. Maybe these Democrats didn't vote for Rick Scott because he's a Republican. Maybe they didn't vote for Bill Nelson because he's Bill Nelson. Who knows? But that's the fact of the matter here. And with this, it puts Bill Nelson in an impossible position. There is chatter and speculation. Some Democrats said they couldn't see the race on the ballot because it had been tucked in the lower left, and perhaps a poor ballot design by Broward County. But even so, that's just tough luck for Nelson. There's history for that, too. Remember, Tucker, I know you do, in Palm Beach County when it designed the butterfly ballot in 2000, that Democrats wound up tricking Democrats into voting for Pat Buchanan. And Democrats will never forgive themselves for that. I don't think they will ever forgive themselves for this. But either way, it doesn't matter because once all is said and done, it'll be certified on Tuesday. Rick Scott is going to Washington, and Bill Nelson is going to get the home version of the game.
Democrats voted for Pat Buchanan. Thank you for reminding me that. That was really a high point in the history of the state of Florida. I just love that. Craig, thank you for that and for all of your updates this week. They've been great.
Thank you.
President